My name is Susan Spencer. I'm Senior Vice President of Marketing for SpaceCurve. SpaceCurve is a new startup that has developed a real-time big data platform designed for machine-scale data, for continuously streaming data that never stops, including things like set-top box data, video, social media. It can also include historical data sets or static data sets, for example, potentially Nielsen data. What it allows you to do is layer multiple varieties of data within a single platform in real time, and while the data is being ingested, you can perform in real time analytics on that data as it comes in. The platform ingests, fuses, and analyzes multiple high-velocity data streams in real time to deliver immediately actionable intelligence and insights for competitive advantage. We are currently in private beta. We'll be releasing our product next quarter. For more information, visit www.spacecurve.com or follow us on Twitter @SpaceCurve.
Hi there, I'm Donald Farmer. I'm the Vice President of Product Management with Click. And Click is a business intelligence company who specialize in what we call natural analytics, which is the ability of our software to work with the human mind the way the mind works. In other words, we provide you not only with great analytic capabilities, but with user experiences and technologies that enable any business user to develop their own analysis. We often say that there are no end users in our world. Everybody should be the start of something. So one of the scenarios where we've been used by media companies in the past is actually to analyze the relationship between advertising spend and audience. And to give you an example of why we're successful there, we have this idea of information sent, which is that we will give you a trail of information that you can follow and come up with new hypotheses. So for example, you can look at advertising spend, compare it to, for example, demographics, and then having discovered something interesting in the demographics, you can start a new chain of discovery by looking at the demographics and then spreading out from that to look at different, for example, meta trends or mega trends in the economy. And then having found a trend in the economy that you think is important, you can track that back to something like sports scores or the weather or something there. And the important thing here is that you don't have to formulate a completely new analysis every time. One analysis leads naturally to the next, so it enables you to do a path of exploration. So let me give you a very simple example of this. We have a customer who's a broadcaster, and they broadcast religious services and religious sermons and so on all through the Americas, so in Canada, USA, and South and Central America. Now, they have a very simple process, which is they have to do their accounting by country. The US has different laws from Mexico, Mexico has different laws from Canada, so all their accounting systems are very vertical based on the countries. But when it comes to advertising, they want to advertise to Hispanic audiences in Mexico and Hispanic audiences in Arizona and Texas and California. So their analysis that they do for advertising is completely different from the analysis they do for advertising spend, which has to be rolled up into the financial market. So they need a tool which enables them to do both of these analysis and both of these hypotheses without being restricted to one drill path or one single analytic unit.
Hi, I'm Bruno Aziza and I run marketing at Alpine Data Labs. Alpine Data Labs is an advanced analytics platform for big data and Hadoop. What that means is we allow data science teams to scale beyond themselves and bring in business analysts as well as executives into the data science process. The result of that is that you get a full platform that allows you to manage data as an asset. That means you're building models, you're scaling models, reusing them, and as well as securing them and managing them across the enterprise. We have many customers in quite a few industries, from financial services to media as well as healthcare. Examples are Sony, and you can see behind me quite a few other companies that we had actually yesterday on our panel. So we had Morgan Stanley, we had Havas as well as Ford talk about the value of Alpine. So if you want to find out more, you simply go to alpinenow.com. Our product is available on the web and you can just try it out for yourself. So we have quite a few examples of how customers are using the application. And it really starts with the data scientist team getting really productive, and then moving to the business analyst is probably 100 business analysts to 1 data scientist in any enterprise team today. And then finally it moves to the chief data officers that are getting productivity across the company, and they're getting really a platform to manage their application. Now, many types of uses. I'll give you a few examples. For instance, in the financial services business, there are people using our application in order to give productivity to traders. They're able to see a lot of information across multiple data sources, from Hadoop to Greenplum to standard data sources, and they're able to get real-time information on what they should trade. There's another media company, for instance, that is looking at streaming data off of their website and figuring out the best time to engage with their customers. And so all these types of predictions are ways to really go through data at scale in order to react, and in fact proact is what we enable companies. One of the big technical innovations we have is what we call in-cluster analytics, which basically allows you to look at multiple data sources without ever moving the data. And it's really a compelling and differentiating value of Alpine. It's this idea that we can send instructions out to the multiple data sources that you have, so you don't have to move data around and pay for the cost of storage multiple times as well as management multiple times. And it's true that I think any organization, you probably have 5 or 6 data sources that you're trying to do analysis across. That's what we enable you to do. We also remove a lot of the friction involved with getting started. You know, most companies in our space are desktop tools, they're client-server tools, they are based on scripts. Our application is 100% visual, it's on the web, it's based natively for Hadoop and data platforms like Greenplum, so it allows you to get started much faster.
So I'm Steve Fingerhut with SanDisk. I'm the Vice President of Marketing for the enterprise business. And SanDisk, people know as a leader in Flash technologies, but we recently are entering the enterprise SSD segment. So we have a broad range of products, and we are the lead SSD provider to 6 of the top 7 server and storage vendors, or server and storage OEMs. So SanDisk is unique in that we have the broadest portfolio of SSD-related products for the enterprise. So ranging from all the interfaces, SATA, SAS, PCI Express, and Flash attached to the DDR bus, which is a new product, as well as multiple software products. It's also unique is that we own our own, we're completely vertically integrated, so we own our own fabrication plants for the NAND memory that goes into the SSDs, which allows us to have the lowest cost, the best quality control, and the highest performing innovative products. So, and really a deep focus on the enterprise, which allows us to have workload-specific products for the unique challenges of the enterprise and big data. So we're here at the Gigaom conference to talk about how SSDs and SanDisk's products can help accelerate big data, and that can help as big data grows. Companies want to have faster access to that data so they can get business insights faster and at a lower cost, and SSDs can greatly accelerate access to that storage and generate faster business insights. So SanDisk is at the Gigaom show today talking about how SSDs can accelerate big data, and really what people are looking for out of big data is insights, and they are many companies are capturing data feeds from multiple sources or from, for example, set-top boxes. They want to take insight into what people are watching second by second, and as they compile that data over a long period of time to get those insights, that's a very large data set, and it becomes a problem to work with in traditional storage methods. So SanDisk has created the first DDR-attached flash. So this is an SSD that connects directly to the server CPU and provides the lowest latency access to your storage, and that allows for very large in-memory compute working sets, which will greatly reduce the cost and increase the performance and the response time on your deep analytics.
Hi, I'm Amit Bendov, CEO of Sysys. Sysys makes software that allows any person to connect to multiple databases, large or small, analyze the data, share them with thousands of users without bothering IT. So our customers include lots of large companies like Target and Merck, NASA, ESPN, and eBay, but lots of small companies, sometimes startup with two guys and a dog that just started, let's say, mobile analytics company. All of a sudden, they have lots of data. So they have large, complicated data that they need to analyze without shelling out big bucks or have lots of IT resources. We have just started selling about a couple of years ago. Already have more than 600 companies rely on Sysys to understand their data. It is the first tool that allows non-technical people to analyze pretty complex data sets without requiring technical people. Unlike some of the traditional tools that always rely on developers and IT for anything that is beyond pretty charts. If you want to mash up multiple data sources, maybe your website logs and traffic information, your customer management system, and your finance system to see how much traffic is generating sales and ad revenue and collection, you would need some technical people to go and mash up the data, create either a data warehouse or join those tables and data sources together so you can analyze and prepare the data. Sysens is revolutionary in the sense that you don't need anyone to do it. You just can connect to any data sources, 1 or 20 or 50, join them together, and you create a single repository. Now you can analyze, create visual dashboards. You can view it from your iPhone. You can publish it to a lot of people, and without writing a single line of code, without talking to anyone that is technical, without needing any hardware.
Hi, I'm Todd Etchison, Director of Product Management for Analytics at New Relic. Just yesterday we announced a new product, New Relic Insights. It's a big data analytics, real-time analytics platform that we think is going to allow customers like media customers to have a real-time conversation with their application, to understand how their application is affecting their business, how their customers are using their application, and how their customers are interacting with them through their web applications. Media customers are using this is for within the events that are being collected in your live production software. You'll have a lot of profile data for a user, maybe subscription level, user ID. If you have the profile data within your app, maybe around demographics, certainly we're collecting, we know what page they visited or what asset they looked at. So you can actually start looking over time at a particular customer or a particular group of customers, what assets they're viewing or interacting with, how often they're coming to your site, how long they're staying on your site. A lot of different ways to slice and dice the data of how customers are interacting with your application. So in terms of competition, I'd say that I think we're kind of entering a new space where there's no direct competition, but there are some similarities maybe with Splunk or with Mixpanel or others. I think our real differentiation is our query language. Well, it's our data store structure, which it really allows incredibly fast querying, and then the really simple query language, which allows you to have an iterative, real-time conversation with your data and your application, allowing you to ask a question, look at the answer, think, well, that's close but not quite right, ask another question, because that's really the reality of how I think analytics need to work is, once you ask a question, it's usually going to beg another question. And being able to do that in real time as you're having a discussion is really important.
Nice to meet you. I'm Rachel Delacour. I'm the CEO and co-founder of BIME Analytics. At BIME Analytics, we are providing cloud business intelligence. It's all what you can expect from modern BI. We've researched from the ground up what BI platform should be for the era of cloud computing, and we've leveraged technologies, platform, algorithms that didn't exist 4 years ago to bring a unique combination of all what you need to run a full-scale BI solution without any in-house infrastructure. So we bring to the mix powerful yet simple calculation engine, query model on top of more than 30 to 35 data sources, online, on-premise ones. We have very tight integration with Google BigQuery, for example, but we are also able to give the business users access to his YouTube analytics so that he is able to mix all that. We give him a new approach to on-demand data warehouse, to high customizable data visualization also, and also a new approach to be sure that he is able to spread the information on a multi-device and a widespread population of business users in his own company. So we are the future of the business intelligence. We've started from scratch, right in the cloud, and we have a very good architecture that have already understood what is at stake for the future. I mean that we have an hybrid architecture able to connect the on-premise legacy investments of what companies done in terms of data sources, plus also all the new online data sources that are popping up every day and used by business users. So this is this BI, this BIM analytics business intelligence has understood all that.